Hello everybody, my name is Daniel Hill and this is another little Enneagram video, and today I'm speaking with Gavin, who is an Enneatype 8. Hello Gavin.
Hello Daniel, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. A little bit of a cold, well in fact quite a lot of a cold. I'm dealing with it though, I'm handling it. I met Gavin doing NLP. Now, would you like to explain yourself in as much as you've done quite a lot of NLP, haven't you?
Yes, I've done a fair bit. I first got hooked on it with a book from Paul McKenna, Change Your Life in 7 Days.
Yep, got that one.
From there on I went and did the practitioner course in London with Richard Bandler, and after that I did the master's course. Okay. I used it a lot in my work, dealing with private clients, and yeah, I love it. I mean, it's changed my life really.
Yeah. Was Paul McKenna on that course?
No, he wasn't.
Okay, so it was Richard.
He was there the day before, but it was an induction thing and I couldn't really be bothered, to be fair.
Yeah, okay. Okay. And how did you then go from Paul McKenna to Bandler's? Just you read about it and realised?
Yes, I mean I'd never heard of NLP
until
Richard Bandler until he mentioned him in his Change Your Life in 7 Days.
Yeah.
So when he referred to NLP and Richard Bandler, obviously I googled it and thought, well, what's all this about? So.
And there it was, and that's where you met Debbie, who we both share as our trainer. We both go to an NLP swap day, and that's how we've met. So I've known Gavin for a year now. We've met up almost every month. I've missed a couple, you've missed a couple.
Yeah.
And I got discussing the Enneagram, which I usually talk every month a lot about the Enneagram, and you were like going, what's this thing? What is this thing called the Enneagram? And originally I thought that you were an Enneagram type 5, because you were talking about that you had this thirst for knowledge and mastery.
Yeah.
And was it you who discovered that you're an 8, or did I offer that to you as well?
I discovered I was an 8 once I got that book, the one you've got behind you.
Yeah, The Wisdom of the Enneagram, which you have on your shelf behind you as well. Which
yes.
And you bought that, and then you studied it, and because I would often say, well, Richard Bandler's an 8, and Paul McKenna's an Enneatype 1. Debbie, who we train with, is an Enneatype 2, and it's just an energy that I can see, and you were still going, I don't really understand it. You bought the book, you read it, and you came back to me then, I remember, and you said, I'm an Enneagram 8, and I went, oh yeah, I recognise that.
Yeah.
And you went, what, can you remember your words?
Yeah, I mean, it's me down to a T. I mean, like I said, Enneagram 8, everything in there, even down to, like, running on stress, and like, as you know, even having a heart attack. You know,
that was last year.
Like, 2 years ago now. No, you're right. Last year, yeah, last year.
2013.
2013.
Mild heart attack.
Well, fat line, so I don't know if that's mild or not.
I'd say that's pretty full on, Gavin.
Yeah, that happened twice to me, but you know, shit happens. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I mean, so obviously
how did you find that related to the Enneatype 8?
What?
Well, you just said that even down to the heart attack.
Well, it mentions in there that you can push yourself so much and work yourself so hard that Enneagram 8s do, that you can even like make yourself obviously physically ill, even to the point of running on stress and having heart attack.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, this is me. Yeah.
I remember you said, I think you also said the words of, I couldn't believe it. It was like somebody, almost like somebody had written knew me so well.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. I mean, even to points of like, I kind of felt like I have to control everything. I have to control the situation, so to speak.
Yeah.
And again, I'm the one that has to like sacrifice myself, or like I'm the one that has to fight for other people.
Yeah.
To that kind of thing. That's something that's always happened in my life.
Yeah.
Having brothers, younger brothers and stuff, so I've always played that role. So
and your job is?
I'm a martial arts instructor, so cage fighting, train cage fighters. So yes, it kind of falls into that. But that being said, I don't teach people to be violent.
No, I know that. Yeah.
I teach people to be able to stand up for themselves and be stronger within themselves.
Yeah.
And obviously the Enneagram and NLP helps a long way to understand that people can use these things, and they're not all messed up. We're all messed up. If we understand these things, then we're not. We can work with the tools we've got.
There's levels of health. I mean, in that Wisdom of the Enneagram book, there's that great table, and it sort of says where unhealthy behaviour, average behaviour, and then highly evolved, you know, healthy behaviour.
Yes.
Could you see patterns like in the past where you were sort of like in unhealthy to sort of?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean, before I'd even discovered NLP and the Enneagram, I was definitely unhealthy all the time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Running on stress, living off stress, with an aggressive attitude because that's the way I thought I had to be.
Yeah, to survive.
Yes. I didn't know any other model. I still don't know any other model. Yeah. However, I can see that I have got this model, and you yourself and Debbie and everybody else has different models.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. Yeah, so
kind of blows the mind a little bit, doesn't it? It's like how can you possibly survive on that strategy? It's like this strategy I've been doing for all my life, and I've recognised patterns in children coming from the age of 3 years old. And there's also, it says that the tendency does not cause the personality; instead it describes the tendencies in childhood when you dealt with stuff. I absolutely believe that it's a soulful thing. I don't think that it's caused at all. I think it's heavily influenced by our experiences in childhood, but it's almost like we're predestined to have blue eyes or brown eyes or black hair or blonde hair or the colour of our skin, or our nose is going to be like that, or you know, this is something that we work throughout our life, and that we can work through it. And the other thing is I'll also say Gavin is quite a gentle giant. So we move from 8 to, so in integration you go to 2. And I know, my father was an 8, so I know what my dad was like. And one of my best mates is an 8 as well. So they come out from 8 and they move to 2. And Enneatype 2s are the helpers. Yet for 8s to go to 2, they're not held back by all the 2 stuff, which is kind of using love as a commodity. Is way I'm going to help you because you're going to give love to me back. You're going to you're going to give something back. That's not to say that 8s are going to give, to not expect to receive, but there's a lot more altruistic behaviour that comes from 8s that I've seen, that they just give, and they give from their heart, and they kind of like surrender. You come out of that 8 controlling agenda, and it feels good to go into that place of, like, even this interview you're doing for me, it's just, there's a part of you that feels good, the fact that you're able to give.
Yes, yeah.
Is that right?
Yes, it's the same when I teach children doing martial arts.
Yeah.
What I get back out of it is smiling face. Do you know what I mean? That's it.
Yeah.
That's good enough. And a thank you off the parents, or that's all I need. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay. Have you looked at sort of like in the Wisdom of the Enneagram, that big blue book? Have you looked at sort of the 6 practices that can help develop you? Have you worked with that at all, or?
I have looked at it, I forgot it. But like knowing that I go to a 2. Yeah. Generally keeps me chilled and thinking, well, how would I feel if I was, when I get into a stressful position, I think, well, how would I feel if I was relaxed? Yeah. Like a 2, and it's very that black and white with me. Yeah. I'm getting stressed. No, how would it be if I wasn't? Yeah. How do I normally feel? Relaxed and 2. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. So I generally just skip to there. I know where I'll be if I'm stressed. I'll be where a 5 is. Yeah. I've got to get this right. I've got to get that, and think, well, just chill. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah. And we've got all the NLP stuff in our mind as well, which we've been doing over and over again. So what, Gavin, would you say are the benefits that the Enneagram has to offer as a self-development tool that some of the others don't?
I think the Enneagram, because it dates back thousands and thousands of years, over time it hasn't been discovered, it's been left behind because it's old-fashioned. Yeah. And then you come up with new, this type of therapy helps, that type of therapy helps. Read your star signs and that'll help. But the Enneagram, it is that old, but it's just been like, oh, this is old fashioned, it doesn't work, like witchcraft, for instance. But bottom line is, I mean, this is how we work. These are the tools of who we are. And, whereas you've got like cognitive therapy, NLP and some others, they're very good. But this is just, it's just, there's not enough out there of Enneagram for people to get hold of and understand. Yeah. Like you said to me about that, you've got a book there, NLP for Dummies.
Yes.
There should be Enneagrams. There you go. There's one for you. You know, because it is that I think is very good.
Yeah. Wonderful. Yeah. Thank you. Anything else you'd add on it?
No. That's it, yeah.
Perfect. There you go. So 8s are straight down the line. That you don't. There's no messing around. It's like you ask an 8 question, and it's stop beating around the bush. No, we've said everything that needs to be said. It's good. You can guarantee.
So many people do tell me I'm very outspoken and very straight to the point.
Yeah, direct. And that's the gift that 8s have to. In fact, I'll finish on this one because just on the very front cover, mine's held together by sellotape and is yellow. I always think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
8, the challenger. So I'll start with the negative and go to the positive. It says 9 distinct personalities, 9 different perspectives on life, 9 ways of being in the world. So the 8 can control and intimidate others in the negative way, or can be a powerful, magnanimous leader. I love that. Gavin, thank you so much.
You're welcome, mate.